Good morning, it's Amy at St. Thomas Epiphany Episcopal Parish. Don't you just love a great story? Don't you just love a great novel or a great movie, a great series to binge watch on Netflix or HBO? Don't you just love a great story by a great storyteller where you can get caught up in the characters' lives, their ups and their downs? And in my experience, sometimes I don't want to finish a book that I'm in that's so good, or I want to stop watching a series that I'm watching because I want it to last for a really long time. Today, Saturday, is a feast day in the church. It's the feast of St. Mark the Evangelist. Mark, author of the Gospel of Mark. The Gospel of Mark is a really great story. The Bible itself is a really great story. From Genesis to Revelation, the story of God's redeeming love, the story of God's liberating love, liberating God's people from slavery, material slavery, slavery of heart, slavery of mind, slavery of spirit. It's a beautiful story. And the Bible itself is full of individuals who have incredible stories, stories of call, stories where they knew God's call on their lives. Moses, Ruth, Naomi, Sarah, Abraham, Hagar, Mary, the disciples. Your life is a great story. It is. Your life is a great story. No matter where you've been or haven't been yet, no matter what you've done or haven't done yet, God is speaking to you about God's call on your life through your experiences. You have foundational stories. Foundational stories are those stories of experiences where you knew yourself in a new way. Foundational stories are those stories that when you think back on your life, they were pivotal. They were pivotal in your life. Foundational stories. Now, when I say that, some of you might quickly be able to name what those foundational stories are for you, but some of you may need a little prompting. So I would encourage you today to spend some time reflecting, maybe jot some things down about what might be a foundational story for you. Sometimes those are experiences from childhood. Sometimes they are stories about particular people in our lives who've had a profound effect on our lives, teachers or coaches or mentors, pastors. Sometimes they're hardships, sometimes they're great joys, but they are the stories that make you, the foundational stories. Here's a P.S. We here at St. Thomas Epiphany Episcopal Parish are engaged in the process right now of writing our own foundational story as a congregation. Isn't that interesting? What we do now in a pandemic, what we do now after the merger, what we do now as a community is going to be part of our foundational story as a congregation. 20 years from now, someone will ask us for the story of Steep. And I wonder, what will we tell them? Amen.